Sometimes golfers forget their scores, whether it's on purpose to shave a few strokes or just forgetting how to count to 4 or 8. A double bogey can turn into a par really quickly by the time you get to the scorecard. But not for Ron Hill. He knows exactly what he shot.
6. Yeah, 2 over.
The fact that he can do this is remarkable. Not that Ron might be the last honest golfer yet. What's remarkable is that he can remember anything after COVID took his memory and almost took his life.
When I first got to the hospital, they put me in a coma, immediately. And the doctor said that was because it was new.
Ron was one of the first people in California to be hospitalized with COVID. He was put into a coma as doctors tried to figure out how to treat this brand new virus. And because of quarantines, Ron's family was left to worry at home.
It was terrible because I couldn't go down there. I was quarantined even because I was exposed. But I couldn't go down there at all, not even just to sit in the parking lot.
As his loved ones worried, Ron dreamed.
I played basketball with Stephen Curry, Yeah.
Did you beat him?
No!
While he was losing to Steph Curry, doctors and nurses kept Ron alive after being comatose for 29 days. Ron woke up, but he didn't know where he was. He didn't know what happened to him. He didn't even know his wife's name.
Well, he was married once before, years ago. And he called me, I was on the phone, and he goes, I said, it's Debbie, your wife. And he goes, oh yeah, Debbie Yvette Hill. That's mine and his ex-wife's name together.
To be fair, if you combine the two names, there's zero chance you get your wife's name wrong. So after relearning that his wife is Debbie, Ron had to relearn the most basic things. Emaciated and weak and recovering from a stroke he suffered while sedated, Ron had to teach his body how to walk again.
Because I couldn't get up out that wheelchair. I hated that wheelchair.
I knew he was strong anyway before.
It's amazing how sometimes you take things for granted. But when you're in that situation I was in, it was love. They were there for me.
A year later, Ron is back at work with his window washing business and, more importantly to him, back out on the course.
Golf. That's the main thing.
Back giving his friends fits.
He's been beating us. He's been getting bragging rights.
And taking their money.
He never was a big talker. He'll just, know how much we owe him after the game.
They asked me, you sure you had COVID? Yeah. Well, you sure don't play like it.
After a month in a coma and weeks working his way back to health, Ron is fully vaccinated. And after everything he's been through, he's asking everyone else to take their shots.
Go get your shots. Because if you can't love you can't love anybody else.
Ron's story is an inspiration. A 70-year-old man pulled from the COVID cliff, saved from being another number added to the staggering sum of losses we have had over the last year. What kept Ron Hill from being another COVID-19 statistic in a year that saw over 580,000 of his fellow Americans die from the virus? The work and ingenuity of the doctors and nurses at Kaiser Permanente, plus the love and support of family and friends.
Unbelievable, man. What he's done, the resiliency that he has within himself and his spirit and everything, man. It's just, and the support system that he had. It just brought tears in my eyes.
And maybe a little help from above.
And to see him back out and doing well and seeing him progress, it's just a blessing. That's all I can say, is just God's blessing.
Enjoying life again. Healthy one day and the next day is really a miracle. Just like they said. I'm a miracle child.
In Fresno, Brody Logan, KC24, local news that matters.